Thoughts on the James Krause situation? Fucking ridiculous, dude. I don't know if he's innocent or not, though. That's the thing. But it seems very unlikely that he's innocent. You know? It seems very unlikely that he's innocent. Like the stream up, guys. Let's get some likes up early on. It seems very unlikely that he's innocent because why would the odds change in such a way unless he did give out some kind of information? But I feel like it's unfair to ban him from even being able to coach. Like, fair play banning him from being able to bet on the sport as a coach with inside information. But banning him from coaching fighters, that's like taking away his job. That's going beyond punishment. You know? That is literally going beyond punishment. Like, you can't take away someone's living. Or ban him for a year max. I mean, they're saying until they finish their investigation, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Maybe he's been tipping off people for a long time. But still, like, you know for a fact, some NFL coaches are doing that shit. It's just he got caught doing it, I guess. Thank you for the $2. What's the situation? I just explained it top to bottom. James Krause had a fight with Darek Minner and Shalian Nuriembeke. It was a UFC Fight Night card, and Darek Minner went out there in the first round, threw a kick, and his whole leg ruptured, and he like went down to an injury and got TKO'd in the first round. The interesting bit is Darek Minner was James Krause's fighter, and just before the fight started, backstage, the odds went from like -200 Shalian Nuriembeke to like -400. So that means that a whole ton of people put money on Shalian Nuriembeke out of nowhere, all at once, all of a sudden. So people are assuming that James Krause told him to take a dive or just told everyone that he had a really bad injury, so maybe put some money on the opponent or something. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Fighters who train with him can no longer participate in UFC events. I reckon they're going to do it so that if they're continuing to train with him, it's not like if they've ever trained with him, they can't compete in UFC events. But I think the UFC is going above and beyond here. They're being real Nazis about this. I really do. Like, fair play, don't let him bet and keep a monitor on him while the investigation goes on. But you can't ban him from coaching fighters. That's fucked up. Thank you for the $5, dude. Thank you for the $2. 10th Planet Strike, and he should be in prison. They don't take this lightly. Okay. You know who should be in prison? People who own betting companies, because they scam people anyway. Are we going to act like the UFC don't fucking scam people with certain dodgy moves that they do? With the betting? But now James Krause does it. It's a problem. UFC's been doing it. They've been rigging decisions a certain way. Oh, wow, everyone has this guy in their fucking parlay. Rob him. Rob him of the decision. Immediate. So, you know. Krause would get his friends to bet for him. True, true. Very true. But I hear Krause has made a shit ton of money, so he should be okay moving forward. If anything, he can just start up his channel again afterwards, and this will just give him more notoriety as a person who bets on fights, because clearly he knows all the insider stuff. So I'm sure there's not going to be like a ban on him even giving advice to people. You know what I mean? Thank you for the free Australian dollars, John Jones's fiance. Hopefully JK can release a Sanko tape to make some money. True, yeah, we need an OnlyFans of Sanko featuring James Krause. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Thank you very much for the $2. This is the FTX of MMA. I don't know what that is, but yeah, fair play. I know what you're saying, yeah. FTX, yeah. Thank you for the $5. All conveniently after it was leaked that Sanko and him were having an affair. Perfect for Sanko to take the attention from her. I mean, I don't think that's... I mean, the odds literally did change, so I think it's just all at once for a coincidence, but yeah. How does Krause get so many hot women? Dude, Krause is not an ugly person. What the fuck are you talking about? Krause getting hot women? Dude, he's a pro fighter. He makes crazy amounts of money, and he's not a bad-looking guy. Let's be real. Krause is a pretty good-looking guy. Like, just being retarded if you want to think otherwise. It's not like a Bigfoot Silver. You know what I mean? Krause is average-looking. All right, you just don't. You just aren't in the real world, then, dude. Krause is not an average-looking guy by any means. He's probably like a solid. I'd say women would consider him like at least an 8 out of 10. I would say. Thank you very much for the $5, GP, though. I appreciate you. Bro, does Dillon Danis have CTE or is he just retarded? He literally can't speak. Yeah, I think he's got a bit of Down syndrome. I think he's a little bit autistic, in all honesty, if I had to take a guess. Just a tad. Thoughts on Canada provinces banning UFC betting? Canada taking rights away from its citizens? Don't be stupid. Canada completely overstepping the mark? Come on. Don't be daft, dude. That's crazy. Holland wants to be the first to sub Wonderboy. Do you think Moreno and Figueiredo being both minus 110 pick'ems is accurate? Yeah. I think Moreno should be a slight favorite going into the trilogy. Just because Figueiredo won based on knockdowns, and knockdowns are pretty rare at flyweight anyway, so, you know. UFC fighter Charles Rousa in negotiations with PFL following spat with champ Brendan Loughnane. Dude, like, I don't understand. Like, he'll join the next tournament and stuff, maybe, but he's just been cut from the UFC pretty much. Charles Rousa is literally a fucking nobody. You know? Like, he's literally a nobody. Jesus. Like, I don't understand why he's like, time to make a name for yourself. Taking on the big dogs. Like, Charles Rousa, you're trash at fight. Everyone just sees you get dominated by other fighters. That's it. Thank you very much for the £2, Jack Ho. Have a feeling Ngannou was never going to return. What about you? No, he's apparently going to return in March. And if he doesn't, the UFC will literally just move on. Like, they do not give a fuck about Ngannou. No one's going to watch him anywhere else. Is RDA fighting at 170 now because he wants Conor? No. Maybe he'll call out Conor if he wins, but I doubt it. I don't know if Conor will take that fight. I will watch Ngannou if he fights. Yeah, you'll watch it, but you won't pay for it. Yeah, let me just buy the PFL pay-per-view. I'm a retard. I pay to watch PFL. No, you're not. Thank you very much for the 1 month of membership. What even happened with Krause? Oh my fucking God. He was backstage. The odds were minus 200 for an opponent of his fighter. His fighter came out and immediately got injured and lost by first round TKO. But before the fight started, his opponent went from a minus 200 to a minus 400, which means all of a sudden everyone would have had to put a shit ton of money on his opponent to skewer the odds. So it's assumed that James Krause knew that his fighter had an injury and told a bunch of people that do the betting for the UFC to put a bunch of money on the opponent. That's what it's assumed as. Thank you for the $5. Impression of Trump calling out Joe's blatant bias in the Izzy versus Yan fight. Look at those feints. What a mid. Wait, hang on. Joe Rogan, what a midget this guy is. I walked in, I looked down, I said, wow, this guy's short. I'm losing it now. Thank you for the 500k. Yes, Cutler X. My voice is going now. I've done it too much. Jake Paul beats Tate. Jake Paul beats Tommy Fury. He beats them both. And I think he lowers the round count for the Tommy Fury fight as well. He'll make the Tate fight an 8-rounder because he doesn't think Tate will train as hard as him. But he'll make the Tommy Fury fight like a 6-rounder so he can be way more aggressive. Thank you for the $7 Canadian. Tai Tuivasa. Guru versus a herd of elephants, but Guru has a machete. Also, it's a 5-rounder. Okay. The herd of elephants just fucking stampedes me, pretty obviously. GSP jacking off to Dinosaur's impression. The Stegosaurus is me rejuvenated. I don't know what you want from me there, dude. Michael Bisping, show me the Tyrannosaurus again. Yoel Romero versus Nemkov prediction. I'm going to go with Nemkov. Vadim Nemkov. I reckon he might try and offensively grapple as well against Yoel just to gas him out. I don't see an old Yoel having the same cardio levels as a Nemkov, so I think if Nemkov just puts a pace on him and closes the distance and tries to grapple a bit safely, I reckon he'll be able to get Yoel out of there eventually at later rounds, TKO. That's the big one. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate your $10, Caden McGooglin. Would you take the Liver King in an MMA fight? Would I take the Liver King in an MMA fight? No, he's a fucking monster of a guy. Like, in all honesty, like he's a real monstrous man. You know what I mean? But maybe, yeah. I reckon I could take him. If he has no combat sports experience, I could take him pretty easily, I reckon. Thank you for the $10, though, dude. I appreciate. Romero saying Merry Christmas and Volk's cutting him off and starts saying, you're done. And Merry Christmas to Guru and the Beanie Cult. Okay. Thank you so much for the $28 Canadian. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hey. You're blowing at the eardrums. You're done. We're trying to have rum and wine. You're talking too much. You sound like a retard. You're done. Merry Christmas to Guru and the Beanie Cult. Hey, thank you for the $28 Canadian. His coaches should step in if he doesn't quit in the future for the longevity of his career. Yeah, but he also needs that win. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like Tai Tuivasa is going to be doing it for much longer. Like, he's already made a really solid amount of money. And he's already a big name. Like, Tai Tuivasa is a personality as well. Like, he could probably be a business owner in the US and be like a guy who pops up in adverts now and again. All he needs to do is touch the belt and become a champion. And he can make good money. Ty said he went broke taking his family around Europe after UFC Paris, and he's a retard then. And there's no saving him. He's a spastic. Thank you for the $2, Baker. Who wins over 5 rounds, Buffer versus Rogan? Rogan, I reckon, is in better shape at this point than Buffer. Buffer seems like he's barely holding it together. Buffer's like that news presenter on The Simpsons. You know? The news anchor. That's who Buffer's always reminded me of. Kent Brockman. That's his name, apparently. Like he's got a big thing clamping together his face behind the camera. Sacky face. There it is. Thoughts on Aljamain Sterling? I think he's good. I think he's underrated, but I just think he fluked his way past all of the people that should have beaten him, really, in Yan especially. Not so much a Dinosaur, though. But still, it would have been a tough fight for him. But he's fluked it the whole way. I'm going to go. And I'm going to go. See you later. Members, go to the community tab. Non-members, I'll see you later. I'll probably make a video after my members stream as well. But see you later. Goodbye. Members, community tab. Non-members, Toodle Pip. And I'll be back for another stream later on to watch 1FC with you guys. Some of the bigger fights on 1FC. Goodbye.